While President Trump spends the next 2 weeks away from the White House, his number two is vigorously denying reports that he's already plotting to be the next occupant sooner than expected. That comes as the Trump administration deals with more threats from North Korea, landing an impressive diplomatic win at the United Nations while continuing efforts to dig out of a diplomatic hole with Russia. But we begin with another major tweet storm from a president who often lets his fingers do the talking in 140 characters or less. Correspondent Kevin Cork is with us now with more. Good evening, Kevin.
Fingers do the talking. I like that one. By the way, the president really getting personal in this sort of tweet storm back and forth with Dick Blumenthal, saying he should take a long vacation in Vietnam, so at least he could say he could be there. So clearly this is up to the next level. Now, if you thought the president would, use his time away from Washington to take a break from Twitter, well, you thought wrong. Mr. Trump up and at it again early this morning, this time using his working vacation to work in a few shots on Connecticut Senator Richard Blumenthal. The Twitter takedown came after Senator Richard Blumenthal of Connecticut, while talking about alleged Russian collusion, accused the Trump administration of politically weaponizing the Justice Department. He told stories about his Vietnam battles and conquests, how brave he was, and it was all a lie. Now he judges collusion? Blumenthal, who has apologized for lying about his service record, fired back at the president's comments.
They are slurs, and I'm not going to be distracted or bullied by them, and they simply reinforce, in fact, the need, in my view, for special counsel legislation.
On Fox News Sunday, Republican North Carolina Senator Tom Tillis defended his bill that would let any special counsel challenge their firing in court.
Is some of this directed at President Trump?
Well, there's no question that it is, because of clearly the date that we've made the bill retroactive to. But this is about the Department of Justice.
The president also blasted the media on Twitter today, this time for citing new Quinnipiac polling that showed his approval ratings at just 33%. The Trump base, he tweeted, is far bigger and stronger than ever before, despite some phony fake news polling. Indeed, since his inauguration, the president has crisscrossed the country, energizing and arguably reassuring his base by the thousands, including stops in key battleground states like Iowa, Florida, Ohio, and Pennsylvania. Those rallies, Trump aides say, are a far better barometer of the electorate than unfairly weighted polls. The latest Fox News survey found the president's support among his base is very high, with 88% of Trump voters from 2016 approving of his job performance. A performance presumably enhanced by his new chief of staff, General John Kelly, who has expressed a desire to push the president's use of social media, Twitter in particular, in the right direction. No small task, say experts.
And I actually think the president's a lot smarter on this than the smart people. He knows when he tweets whose chain he's trying to pull or who he's trying to buck up.
This as the White House continues to forcefully push back on a New York Times story that accused Vice President Mike Pence of leading a shadow campaign for 2020.
It's absurd, and really what you've got here is speculation, conjecture, half-truths masquerading as news on the front page of the Never Trump New York Times.
The vice president calling that report, by the way, disgraceful and offensive. Also tonight, we have learned that Iowa Senator Chuck Grassley is ramping up the Judiciary Committee's look at the Russia investigation. In fact, going so far as to possibly threaten to subpoena Donald Trump Jr. and Paul Manafort to get documents and information needed to move forward with that process. Brett, we'll keep an eye on it for you.
Okay, Kevin, thank you.